Hi, I'm Veronica and welcome to my channel. This time I would like to show you baby cobras, which is a simple somatic movement that can help you to release tension from the neck and the upper back. And it's also very helpful because it really helps you to feel and understand that lifting the head doesn't necessarily need overloading the muscles in the back of the neck, that you can do it in a very different way that is going to be much more friendly for your neck. You won't need anything for this practice apart from something to lie down on. We're going to start lying down on the front. So make your way down to the front. And just as usual, you might make some little movements, wiggle yourself around a little bit. And then allow the body weight to start sinking into the mat. You could rest the forehead on your hands for the time being. And wait until on each exhalation, your body is going to sink deeper and deeper to the floor. So you're yielding, giving the weight down to the earth, allowing your buttocks, legs, back and belly to release. And after you've given it a little moment, you can then change the position of your arms. So your arms will be in a diamond shape. Your knees, your elbows bent and fingers pointing towards each other. And you could have to begin with. You could have your forehead on the ground. Sometimes it doesn't feel comfortable if you have a bigger nose, like mine. So you might want to have the chin on the ground instead, but trying still to keep a little bit of a length in the back of the neck. So find the starting point for yourself. And we're going to begin by imagining that you have a rope that is sticking out from the top of your head, and somebody is pulling you by that rope forward, ahead, so that it's going to keep your neck, the back of the neck, long at all times. And the second thing I want you to focus on is your breath and maybe the expansion in the chest and the space along the collarbones. And imagine that you could balloon yourself upwards on the inhale. Not by lifting your head up, by bending the back of the neck and really squashing the back of the neck. That's one way of lifting the head, and it's going to be very uncomfortable, and it's going to aggravate any issues that you might have with the neck. So try avoiding lifting your head in this way ever, in any situation, not just during this little exercise. So instead of doing it from the neck, think of doing it from the space in between of the shoulder blades or the space along your collarbones. So that inhalation lifts all that space. You're not pushing away with the arms. The hands and arms are lightly on the ground. And you keep imagining that something pulls you by the top of the head forward in space, so that you have the back and the sides of the neck long. Your nose is in fact very close to the ground. It's just hovering above the ground. So you're looking directly at the floor here. And while you're in this position, you can imagine that you're rotating your head around its own axis, as if it's screwing around its own axis. Yeah, it's rotating around its own axis without moving much to the right or to the left. until you get to the point where your cheek is parallel to the floor. Again, if it's not parallel, that means that again you're using your neck and you're crunching the side of the neck. So it's parallel to the floor, it's actually not very high above the floor. And from there, you're going to very gently and slowly lower that cheek to the earth. And once it's down, give all the weight of the cheek and of the head down to the floor. And then we're going to reverse it by moving to the other side. So it's the inhalation, that kind of ballooning that happens along the collarbones, that allows your neck together with the head lift. The neck is long. You're still imagining that you have that rope attached to the top of the head and someone is pulling by that rope forward. Your cheek is parallel to the floor, and then you rotate the head along it's around its own axis. So your nose might be even grazing the floor or be just above the floor as the head keeps rotating, so that you have that other cheek parallel to the floor. And from there, you lower that cheek really slowly. Once the cheek is down, everything can relax. You can stay here for a couple of breaths. And then whenever you're ready, on next inhale, the breath initiates the movement, the neck is long, head rotates around its own axis, the nose almost grazes the floor as the head rotates around its own axis, and then again you have that other cheek parallel to the floor, and you slowly lower it. So the inhale balloons you up. It starts from the collarbones, not from the back of the neck. The head rotates around its own axis. You're landing with one cheek on the ground. Once it's down, everything relaxes, everything becomes really still. And again, you wait for that inhale to lift, but only as much as the cheek remains parallel to the floor. The rotation happens around its own axis, maybe even nose grazes the floor as you land with the cheek on the ground. So you're not speeding up any of that. Both the lifting is slow, the rotation is slow, and also you're not dropping suddenly. You're very gradually sinking to the earth and then switching off everything once you land. And maybe you repeat it 2, 3, or 4 times on each side, whatever is gonna feel good for you, until eventually you rest again with the forehead on your hands. And this is the end of this practice. I hope you enjoyed it and that you could feel the benefit straight away. If so, don't forget to share your experience in the comments below. And if you came here because you do struggle with chronic pain, whether it's in the back, neck, or anywhere else in the body, please check out my free 12-minute long audio first aid for pain, which you can download for free from my website. I look forward to seeing you again.